Welcome to the Victory Formation Lounge podcast.
Hey, Steichen,
a pro
you muted.
football concentrated podcast that discusses
Everybody's muted.
NFL games week to week.
But me. Am I muted too? What the fuck is going on?
Dino's dog. Thanks for the intro.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I thought I was in some type of Twilight Zone shit. I don't know.
That blip at the beginning of the introduction. But welcome to our final episode of the 2022-2023 NFL season. Here to recap the Super Bowl and the season. My name's Tony, representing the Indianapolis Colts, drafting at the 4th overall. Soon to get a new quarterback with the new coach. Peep the name, Stampede coming at you.
Minos, prayers up for Brock Purdy's elbow going into surgery tomorrow. No picks till the 3rd round. All right.
Patriots. Well, our offensive line this whole year looked like a damn turnstile.
Can't be worse than ours.
Who sounds like they in a wind tunnel?
I know, right?
Yeah, I heard so.
Elbow, we them boys.
Where?
It's a new season. We them boys.
The boys. Last one.
All I gotta say is we're the new zebra killers.
Elaborate.
Take it out.
I don't get it.
The refs cost us a chance. But anyway, friggin' zebra killers, NFC champs, the most hated team in the NFC. The Philadelphia Eagles, with all them flyers and all that stuff you have up there. We need a coordinator. We need a. We have an OC. I don't know why they're not naming him. But we need a DC.
I appreciate the head coach donation. Thank you.
Y'all could have had JG. You could have had Gannon. But you got to go after Steichen. Steichen needed another year.
We'll see.
We would have given Gannon to you for free.
I'm sad Gannon left, though. I wish he stayed.
You said I wish he stayed.
No, y'all heard how that
That's
happened.
fired early, dog.
Y'all heard how that shit happened, right?
Yeah.
Gannon was like, I'm coming back to Philly. And then Howie was just kind of like, no, I just gave them permission to interview you. You're staying.
Get on the plane. Yeah, he didn't let him get on the plane.
Yep, that is how it happened. He was probably like, no, you're not coming back to Philly, bro. You might as well take the interview.
We'll ship your stuff.
Yep.
And then this motherfucker, he had the most awkward like interactions with all the players and shit. He was like Steve Carell in The Office.
Wasn't he like
dude interviewed
Bird
him
Gang when
the
he
same day?
Wasn't he like Bird Gang when he first?
Yeah, he said Bird Gang.
I know, right?
I'm like, wait a minute,
dude. Bird Gang is Philadelphia Eagles. What are you talking about?
Apparently not. Apparently not anymore. We got a new one in Arizona.
It's Arizona now.
Like
Arizona Bird Gang. Be creative. Go run your zone plays over there.
After what he did in the Super Bowl, I don't think you can use creative with him.
Creative. The dude is not creative. I mean, look, how we gave him that defensive line. That's what helped him.
Yo,
so listen,
Kyle Shanahan like this.
Let's huddle up. The Super Bowl, what was the score again?
38-35.
Was that
38-35?
38-35. Since Bird Gang so happens to be an Eagles fan, let him talk us through the Super Bowl.
I ain't gonna lie. I was very confident we were going in the Super Bowl. I knew we were going to win. The first half, I mean, they played well. A lot offense besides that fumble by Jalen Hurts. I think that one really came to bite us overall. I think that fumble alone, and I get it. He was trying to exchange, and then there was no Eagle player in the area, literally none.
I believe if he doesn't fumble, you guys score on that drive, that game might be over.
Yeah.
If we scored on that drive, yes.
Yeah.
And then you also have there were two other plays. There was a Smitty catch, which they called not a catch. And then Quez, the one that Quez dropped, which I think he was held on that play. But anyway, that's another day. Like, those were all plays that I feel like they could have scored on.
I remember the Smitty catch. Yeah, it was close.
Yeah. The Smitty catch was, I mean, I don't know how it's not a catch.
I don't know how they overturn it and say not a catch.
Yeah.
It was so close. I remember I was
yeah.
watching it with Rex. I'm like, oh, man, I think that stays. But Rex was
If
like,
anything, the Dallas one was not a catch, but this one was
it was payback from the Niners game. You're like, yo, you got away with one. We ain't giving you two.
Nah, screw that. The Niners game one was definitely not a catch. It was the angle. Unfortunately,
I know, right? They're like, we gave you one. We ain't giving you two.
They just got them with the angle. But nah, even Quez was held.
He was held.
Yeah,
I think
if you look, the back of his jersey, that would have literally. It felt like it was a horse collar tackle. It felt like it was a horse collar tackle, but I mean, he didn't do the. If he had done the theatrics, maybe they would have thrown a flag. But I mean,
Juju didn't do shit for theatrics, and they threw a flag.
Yeah, but it's the refs. I mean, we'll get to that part of the game.
But they forget the hands to the face on Montez Sweat, though.
What?
They forget the hands to the face on Sweat, though, on that exact same play. The left tackle had his hand like damn near in the face mask of the Eagles defensive end.
Of Josh Sweat, yeah.
Yeah, not Montez.
Yeah.
Montez is commander.
Montez is Washington, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, Kansas City did well. Honestly, I'm just gonna be honest. Our defense didn't do shit in the second half. Like, it was horrible.
Janet
did it, but I don't know if it's true. A part of me feels maybe Mahomes went to and got shut up during the second half because
Of course he did.
He got shut up. Like, seriously, something elite. I think some shit happened because how you gonna be limping to the locker room and then he coming in the second half all?
What you did expect? It's the NFL. That's what they do.
No, illegal. Like, we're not talking about legal. He got shut up. I think he
played like a hero.
Yeah,
they do that all the time.
Toradol,
man.
They
do all the time, but they apparently, I don't know if it's true that they tested him, but I don't think that shit was true. Bro, there's a rumor about him getting tested.
Did the same thing with Terrell Owens when you lost to the Patriots. Y'all did the same shit. You shot him up too.
T.O. was out for 2 games. He had to
shot him up. You played a lights out game with a shattered ankle. You shot him up. Trust me. Yeah. Trust me, you
but did he get tested? I mean, I don't know if they tested him in the second.
Probably not.
There's nothing illegal about numbing the pain.
Yeah,
there's nothing. Nah, but what are you using to numb the pain?
Toradol.
Toradol is legal though.
Yeah. It's basically it basically just makes it feel like, I mean, what the fuck you think Lane Johnson was getting injected with to play through a torn fucking stomach?
I know, right?
Yeah.
But Lane's shit was ripped out. It was torn, like literally torn. But anyway.
Yeah, they shot him up too, dog.
They did. But his was, I mean, his during the Giants game, his shit was actually like
gave you that.
It was like literally.
They gave you that snowfall treatment, read, dog.
It was like But I mean, I think the thing is this. I mean, that was definitely a hold. I don't think it wasn't. It was a hold, but it was like, dude, y'all could have just let that thing play out. You didn't have to make that call. Y'all should have just let it play out. I mean, that's how I saw it. I'm like, dude, yes, it's a call. It's a hold. But because if you're going to call hold, call it through the game. Don't call it towards the end.
If my boys... If you don't call it in the fourth, don't call it in the fourth.
Don't call it on the when you have 1 minute and 20 left. Let Jalen
One of my boys actually didn't even use that excuse or whatever reason for the loss. That's
my reason for the loss. We sucked. Our defense sucked.
No, his reason for the loss was that the field was terrible.
Everybody plays on that field. Screw that.
The field was made by the same people that make the Chiefs field. So, by connection and association, It was a bust.
Wait, but the Chiefs complained when they played there the first week about the field.
Well, here's the thing.
Apparently,
It
the
was
Chiefs
different.
complained after week 1.
Yeah, they complained about the Cardinals turf just like the Niners did, but it wasn't that field that was installed just for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And here's my thought on the field. The Eagles were coming with pass rushers that had speed and power, right? Coming off the edges, coming around the corner. The Chiefs were just bull rushing straight up the middle. Now, is it easier to get traction if you're bull rushing straight up the middle or trying to go, 15 miles an hour and turning a corner on a sharp angle? Because every time, Hassan Reddick was turning the corner, man, the man looked like he was Marv
It was falling.
from Home Alone 2 on that green goop shit. That's what it was. And it's just kind of like, one, I was also thinking, like, why don't y'all have longer cleats? Why
They
don't y'all
switched the
have
cleats like
That's
3
the thing.
times.
I mean, they changed them though.
Yeah, they changed the cleats like 3 times.
But still.
And here's the thing though. Do the Chiefs have any edge rushers that were coming around the corner hot like that, like the Eagles do?
Most of them were blitz. They were blitzing.
Straight up the middle.
Chiefs were blitzing. Blitzing, and that's why Jalen was able to escape.
And like the Eagles' whole defense, I mean,
They
the
rush
reason
four.
why the reason is they get you with their front four.
Yeah.
And you couldn't. I mean, Hassan Reddick, man, the man just
He was just
put
slipping
the
and
clown
falling.
music to it with how he was slipping and falling and all. I mean, he couldn't do anything.
So they rushed.
Yeah, but the thing is this though: did they even? Because what I'm wondering is, did they practice on that field? I thought
No.
usually they practice on the field before the Super Bowl. 'Cause
No.
if they are done, they don't even do a walkthrough because they
The
could
field
have.
is
They
untouched.
could've-
The
I
field
mean,
is
on the
untouched.
day, yeah.
On the day of.
Yeah,
Now,
but on the
Rihanna
day you're
doesn't-
warming up.
Rihanna
You're like,
doesn't walk through.
I mean, of course, Rihanna did a
Yeah,
walkthrough.
Rihanna
That's
does
why-
the walkthrough.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, even with the teams, because I mean, if they had done a walkthrough on the field, they probably would have picked something up like, yo, this something is off with this field, and that's why, like, you and I were talking the other day. I'm like, dude, they need to strip this whole turf thing out of the league and let everybody play on grass. Period. Because this
That was
turf
grass.
thing doesn't help. That's
was
freaking
grass, right?
turf.
Was it turf or grass?
Fuck.
Turf. That's not grass. Grass, they won't be slipping like that.
So why do you say they grew it for what, 8 months?
It's artificial.
It's artificial. They ripped the thing for the Super Bowl. They laid the thing like probably after the Super Bowl, like 2 weeks before the
Yeah,
Super
they
Bowl.
grow it
laid that
somewhere
thing.
else, or they grow it in like some
Artificial
farm
grass?
somewhere, and then they
Yeah.
ship it in.
Yeah, they ship it
You
in.
spent 8 months on artificial grass and it looks like that.
It wasn't 8 months because if the Chiefs complained in September and
It's a different grass.
No, it's
They
a
shipped
different.
it.
It's the same company, third party company that.
No, it was years, not even 8 months. It was years.
Yeah, it was 2 years.
Back in the day, they used to use
2 years, dog.
back in the day,
keep the
they
grass
used to
as it
use-
is.
back in the day they used to use Greg Norman a lot for the grass for the Super Bowls, but now
Yeah.
with his affiliation with the Live Golf stuff, they don't.
You don't. You're right.
Hey, I got breaking news though right now,
Which
as you
is
can judge by my angry looking face. Brock Purdy visited the doctor today, who recommended postponing surgery until March due to ongoing inflammation.
well. It looks like you will be keeping
Jimmy G.
Trey area.
Trey and Jimmy G for one more year.
Oh,
Huh?
we ain't getting no
Trey,
damn.
I think y'all need to get rid of Trey. Trey's I don't know. Man. Trey's
Trey hasn't had a shot. Trey hasn't had a
Impossible.
shot.
He's a second overall pick. There's no way they're getting rid of him already. They're
Yeah,
gonna ride these wheels until they're convinced it's
They
nothing.
he
had-
needs to stay
yeah.
healthy though.
He's got 3 seasons and he hasn't had a fair shot yet. And don't forget, the Chargers and shit gave up on Drew Brees, and look what that motherfucker did. So I don't have a good enough sample size yet. I don't
How
know.
long did it take for you to get rid of Carson Wentz?
Who us?
Yeah,
Well, that's just because y'all hate it.
That was the biggest mistake they ever
Yeah, but,
made,
like,
and
how long
Hollywood
was he-
tell you.
after that, after
What,
the
like
rookie
2
year,
or 3
how-
years? I mean,
how many
maybe
years did he
4
play
years.
full seasons?
Maybe
None.
None.
Exactly. So
I mean,
why
even
would-
the
why
one
would
that
49ers
the one
do the same?
season he made it to the playoffs, he missed the last. He
Well,
missed the playoff.
But my
game.
point is, he had consecutive seasons of continuous injury. But the fact that you invested so much money in the first round pick, you made sure You exhausted the option before you got rid
and
of
don't forget that big ass extension.
Exactly. Like he's still on. He's still on a rookie
gave the
contract.
extension too, there weren't really any quarterbacks in the market.
Right.
When he
but
got that extension,
the 49ers don't
like
have.
At that point, what?
When are they picking?
What?
When are the Niners picking?
3rd round.
There you go. They're not getting rid of him.
Well, and also check this though. Like most of our all pros were 3rd round or later.
Right. True.
But
Right.
if both of them are healthy, who's the starter?
If both are healthy, I think it's Brock's. If both are healthy, it's Brock's job to lose.
I think so. Yeah.
And that's what even Trey Lance said. Wow. Trey Lance was like, "Yeah, I don't want it handed to me. It's not handed to me. It's Brock's spot, right?" And I mean, we just both got to get healthy.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, and that's the thing. The reason why the Eagles punted the shit out of Carson Wentz at one point, like when he just started becoming a head case and a problem, and his audience of one and all this shit.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Trey and Brock and Trey love each other. Like it's like there's no, and you got to remember Trey just turned 22, man.
Yeah, he's young. There's no way they're
Both
going to exhaust this till his rookie contract is done before they get rid of him.
And he's got 3 more years.
Yeah, there's no way
Jimmy's gone.
They're not getting rid of him.
Yeah, Jimmy's gone. That relationship apparently like turned real sour. Where Jimmy wouldn't even give them the option to dress for the NFC Championship game.
Wow.
So that's the rumor that Jimmy could have been like 75% and he just didn't. I mean, 75% Jimmy is better than 200% Josh Johnson.
I have to agree.
Quaker, you like your new banner?
What kind of bullshit is that, man? We didn't beat Josh Johnson. We beat y'all. I mean, come on now.
Quick,
you like my new banner?
Quick, you got anything more to add?
To add to what?
Man.
The Super Bowl?
Yeah. Anything else to add about the Super Bowl?
I mean,
analysis.
Yeah, we lost. I mean, like I said, it comes down to the defense, but the crazy part is we have 18 free agents. I don't know. I mean, how he's a genius, I don't know how he's going to do this one. Because
that's what I was telling somebody. I was like, man,
we're going to lose.
Eagles are a good team, but I'm curious to see who they're going to keep because I know a lot of folk are veterans that are going to
definitely CJ. I think that the goal is if they can't come to a long-term deal, they're probably going to franchise CJ. I mean, I would rather see. I mean, I think the CJ part, it comes down to money because I'm sure if Howie had it his way, he'll probably franchise tag Hargrave. I mean, but it looks like
why would he?
It's going to be more money at the cap because if he franchise tags CJ, it's only $14 million.
This is the offseason. This is the offseason.
And Hargrave's the D tackle. Right? How much is that?
D tackle's like 19 or 20 mil, maybe.
Yeah, man,
more.
Depends on how.
It's the Colts. It's the Colts. They check that up.
Or whatever his name out of Washington's going to get.
Payne. Yeah, that's what they. But I'm also hearing stuff about. I mean, I don't think the Eagles can get Payne, but I'm hearing stuff about they might go for Payne over Hargrave.
They're talking. I mean, what's it called? There's rumors swirling that we might try and make a push for Payne too, just because Kinlaw can't stay on the damn field.
Yeah, you guys didn't pick up his 5th-year option, and
hell no.
But Commanders are franchising tag him, so if you're gonna go after him, you're gonna have to pay top dollar.
No,
Washington might franchise tag him. It's true.
Yeah, they're probably gonna franchise tag him.
They need to franchise tag him, man.
49ers.
So it's probably because Hargrave. They're talking about Chicago. And Chicago has 95 mil. So
is this the offseason that you extend Jalen? Like,
yep, you have to.
Y'all got your work cut out for you. This is where
AJ Brown is already talking about if they don't sign him, ship him out. I don't think they will.
This is where your front office makes or earns its bucks.
But the thing is, it's gonna depend on his contract because like this coming season, he's gonna make $4 million. And then his new contract is probably going to kick in the following season.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come down to numbers. I mean,
Do you extend
how
him
we-
like Patrick Mahomes deal?
that's what they're talking about. But I could see his agent saying, "Nah, dude, make
Give
it
him 4
I
years.
could see his agent saying 5. No, not 4. They're probably
him
gonna
4,
want to
man.
sign him to. No, in a normal situation, you do 4, but I could see the team. The team will favor 5. Jalen might come out.
Yeah,
with
that's what
4.
I'm saying. I'm for the player, man. Do 4, so you come back to the table quick.
So you come back to the table.
Right.
But the thing is this: they could do the 10 or even the 6, and then like the first 3 years will be guaranteed, and after that, you come back to the table, like what they're trying to do with Doc. Because Doc is at a point where he's coming to the table for an extension.
Yeah.
And
He's-
Cowboys are probably gonna have to extend it. Because right now, even with you guys, if Doc doesn't get extended, you might lose either Diggs or Lamb next year. Y'all got some people you need to pay now.
We got to pay Diggs this year, yeah.
Diggs and Lamb, CD.
Lamb,
say-
we have the 5th-year option on him.
They got to get rid of this guy's contract for.
Oh,
Who, Doc?
they cut in Zeke.
Zeke.
Yeah, they want to cut Zeke.
Oh yeah.
Well, his agent was saying something. They're going to actually explore what his value around the league is, and then determine what they're going to do, what they'd be willing to accept as a restructure or something like that.
Ain't nobody paying a running back that they will.
The highest paid running back in the league too.
That is why I feel like even with running backs, I could see us, if depending on what they do with the salary cap, I could see Miles Sanders coming back because running backs are not worth a lot now.
And this draft is rich.
Especially
I
with
could
this
see
draft.
Miles. I could
This
see Miles
draft
Sanders
is
coming
rich at
back.
running back.
They
This
might-
draft
they
is-
might-
this draft
Especially
is
with this draft,
stacked.
you don't want
Stacked
to.
running backs. So it's
Because
gonna be hard.
they are mocking Bilal Robinson to the Eagles. I'm like, okay, guys, chill.
Hey, the last time the Eagles made a splash with a running back, who was that? It was DeMarco Murray. How did that work out?
They're not
Oh
doing
shit!
that,
I
John.
forgot about that.
No, they're not doing that, John. They're not resigning. If anything, they're gonna look in the draft. That's why I said Bilal
Almost
Robinson.
every Eagles fan that I knew here was just kind of like, that was dumb.
Yeah,
That was smart. That was
I said
smart.
the same thing too.
that was smart.
That was smart move.
It was
Nah,
Chip Kelly.
any-
It wasn't Howie. That wasn't a Howie. It was Chip Kelly. I mean, Chip Kelly did a lot of.
Any takes?
Screwed up
Any
stuff.
opinions on that Super Bowl?
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Your end?
Only that I was happy with the outcome. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't-
you were
I was rooting for the
definitely.
Chiefs. I was rooting for the Chiefs, and they did
I
go.
do remember that.
back
I
and
do
forth.
remember that.
They had plenty of back and forth within the Super Bowl, which is just what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see anything one-sided at all. Although when the first half ended and you saw Mahomes limping back, I was like, okay, this does not look well. This does not look well at all. Philly fans are going to be obnoxious as fuck. Either way they are. But then that
Y'all
moment,
remember that game a long time ago where Aaron Rodgers, after the game, somehow he brought them back to win, and he was just like high as shit from all the pills they had him on. He was like, "Yeah, I hurt my knee." That's Patrick Mahomes after this game, man. I mean, I don't know.
they gave him some like legal painkillers back there or something.
He was on Perk 10. Give me that Perk 10.
Or that Mr. Miyagi move. Mr. Miyagi made me better.
He was on that Maradona, man.
I know, right? Hit you with that Miyagi, dog.
Mhm.
Nah,
The read.
Nah, maybe he called Ray Lewis. Maybe he called Ray Lewis and got some deer antler velvet.
Right. But
nah,
That
it was.
holding
Griffin
penalty
performance.
huh?
I also thought Jalen Hurts played his heart out. He had a great game. They just lost. He played very well.
It was their game to lose. It was their game to lose, and they lost it.
Yeah, I mean
they were the better team.
they were the better. They should have won that shit.
And they
were
choked
the
it
better
away.
team.
Yeah.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes threw for 182 yards.
Yeah.
He's played in 3 Super Bowls, and he's played like shit in all 3 of them.
Yeah.
He just had a good fourth quarter in 2.
Mm-hmm.
Clutch.
That's
Well,
it.
it was a perfect scenario for me. I mean, I like Jalen, man. I like his story. He balled like crazy.
He did.
And then the Eagles lost, so it was perfect for me.
The Eagles lost. Jonathan Gannon lost. Fuck off. It was Jonathan Gannon, and as soon as he lost, it's like Paterno when he when he screwed the Falcons and then went to sing the fight
Patino.
song. Yeah. When he screwed the Falcons and afterwards was singing the fight song at Louisville, at Arkansas.
And you wanted us to take Gannon, huh?
Yeah, take Gannon, man. Yo, Ursay would have been. Ursay probably would have been snotted like, you don't want that Gannon. I like that defense. It's so.
No, that defense looked.
I mean, you have Saturday, and I mean, come on.
They look terrible.
It is just crazy how y'all got beat on four plays that were identical, but just on the opposite sides, where the switch off on man coverage was so easy to predict that he did it twice, and Gannon never picked up on either one.
I know, right? The part that even blew my mind is they're rushing 4, putting 7 in coverage, and people are wide open.
Yeah, because
same play, they didn't figure it out.
Hey, dog.
Players. How you got 7 in coverage and people are wide open?
Bro. Hey, you remember what Debo said before the Super Bowl? Bradbury was trash, but everybody else he likes.
Fuck.
Hilarious.
Debo fumbled the ball in the last game. But anyway, this is what I gotta say. Me personally, I thought what the Eagles were gonna do on that play before the flag came out was, if that was me, let them score that touchdown or kick a field goal and put the ball in Jalen's hand. That's what I would have done. Because I thought they would, because usually Belichick would do that in certain situations, like just let them score.
But here's the thing, y'all did, and McKinnon just got there and slid down at the one.
He slid down. Y'all wanted him.
No, not that play. That
was right after
the flag. Before the hold. I thought because a good defensive coordinator or a good head. Nick is good, but I feel like in some situations, some head coach Belichick used to do that a lot. He'd be like, "Let him score and put the ball in Brady's hand."
No, but dog, I think it was 3rd and 8.
Yeah,
he thought it was 3rd and 8,
and y'all would have been, and they would have been kicking a field goal with like 2 minutes left,
which is fine.
You already shanked one,
which is fine. It depends on your quarterback, though.
No, but why would he let him score? He defended it right.
No, he did not. I mean, he defended it right, but like you said, they threw the flag because if they had scored, it would have been like a minute, dude. You can do anything in a minute.
That's true. I don't even.
Yeah. So I would have. Some defensive coordinators will be like, let them score and put the ball in the quarterback. It depends on your quarterback. If you have a good quarterback, you just let them score and put the ball in the quarterback's hand. You still have a minute and 20. You could do a lot in a minute and 20. 3rd and 8 doesn't matter.
True.
Because after they threw the flag, of course, he's going to run and take a knee in the end zone. Yeah, anybody will do it. But if you let them score on that drive or don't, the holding part was that one was crazy. But if you let them score, was it Patriots that did that in one of the Super Bowls with the Giants?
Giants.
He was like, let them score. And put the
you
ball
just have to get
Brady's
someone
hands.
behind him to push him into the end zone so he doesn't slide.
But even if they had
they're
scored,
trying to ban that play, which
even if they had scored, you reckon you would have scored?
I knew they would ban that play.
It was like what, less than a minute left. You think you guys would have?
Like a minute. It was like a minute, and if you go back and look at it, it was like a minute and 30 or a minute and 20.
But you reckon you would have put up points that quickly? Because you guys are like,
no, you never know. You just bomb first downs.
It's 3 points. This Eagles kicker is good, and don't forget.
Just get them to the 50.
Mahomes beat the Bills with 13 seconds.
Would it have been 3 points? Because they would have
get them to the but you would have tied the game. At least you tie the game. Even if you don't win, you tie the game, take it to overtime. That kicker can kick.
Sirianni would have gone for 2.
He's a better kicker from 50.
Right. Huh? Sirianni would have gone for 2. With that move,
my only thing is
at that point you tie the game, bro.
My only thing is I'm not sure.
The QB sneak.
I'm not sure if your offense is built that kind of. You have a good offense, but
they are built. They're not. They could. The way they played that Super Bowl.
Your offense is very run mixed with pass.
Yeah, but Jalen had 304 yards.
And don't forget that bomb to AJ Brown for the touchdown. Wasn't that like a 50-yard pass?
That was like
the cornerbacks for KC. They were just allowing bombs.
The cornerbacks they weren't that
That's
great.
True. They were soft.
They were just
if it was 304 yards, he would have gotten them to field goal range at least.
Fair point.
And Jake Elliott can boot from 50.
Fair point.
Yeah, I would have just That's why I feel like if I was another defensive coordinator or a head coach with more experience would have said, "Yo, let him score and put the ball in the quarterback's hand."
But
That's
like
how Jalen wants to make his money.
this has been a trend with the Eagles all season, though. They jump on teams in the first half and in the second half. For some reason, they just can't go anymore.
It's Gannon. Gannon. He doesn't know how to make adjustments. That's it. Arizona, I mean, maybe you beat the 49ers once or twice a year, but he doesn't know how to make adjustments, unfortunately. And he's not going to have that D-line unless, of course, he's probably going to steal Eagles players like he's stealing coaches.
Well,
Yeah.
the Eagles' strength was their line, not their secondary.
Yeah.
Well,
they
they
like one of the best secondaries.
They had a stand-up secondary.
They did have
That's
one of the
because
best
in the
secondaries.
second half, you got to start launching the ball. You can't dink and dunk and,
Man, they were talking.
But that's what
they were
Kansas
talking.
City was doing. Kansas City was dinking and dunking.
Y'all lost to a man that wore a kilt.
Oh well, now you gotta deal with his brother.
What's the update on your coordinators now though? Any rumors?
I mean, right now, I think the OC is gonna be Brian Johnson. I haven't heard about them interviewing anybody. I think it's clear as day that Brian Johnson
Is he a promotion? Is he a promotion
It's
from your
gonna be
staff?
a promotion. Yeah, QB coach, and it's funny because he was coached by Jalen's dad, so he's known Jalen since he was like 4, and they have a good chemistry. So I don't think even Ken, whatever his name is, dude that came from the Colts, Ken, who was Nick Sirianni's right hand, he's not going to be the OC. He's probably I can see you guys picking him up. I mean, like the Colts.
We just got a new OC. So, but I don't know. Maybe he will probably be in another capacity. But
maybe because that's who they were saying that the Colts could pick him up. But anyway, I mean, for DC, we do have somebody in house. What's his name? Denard Wilson. But they're still interviewing outside. Like they're interviewing the.
Aren't they talking about
Arizona,
Jim Leonard?
DC. Yeah, Jim Leonard is hot. I mean, out of nowhere, he's come up hot. Jim, he's hot. Vance Joseph also, I think, is interviewing tomorrow. He interviewed today and he's interviewing tomorrow. A lot of course, Philly media is saying like, "Why are you interviewing him on Zoom? Why don't you bring him in?" That means they probably don't want to give him the job.
Rooney
Rule, yeah. Well, Rooney Rule, you have Denard Wilson. Denard Wilson is black. That's an internal promotion. That's your Rooney Rule right there.
I guess now we can just kind of transition into the year review. We can just kind of start going through our teams and just kind of our predictions as far as MVP and all that stuff. If you remember what you picked. But yeah, since we were on the topic of the Eagles, why don't you discuss your year in review and going forward? I guess.
What? Wait, it's right there in my background.
What the fuck your background?
It's cold.
Hey.
Oh wow!
I mean, yeah, it's right there in your background, and you know,
wow.
You say the Dallas Cowboys are the better team, but guess what? You didn't even make it anywhere.
I thought I'll help you out with your year in review. Come on, bro.
My year in review is that we played whoever was on our schedule. Yeah, we lost to a couple of teams, but we played whoever was on our schedule. All these teams you have in your background get paid like the Eagles did, and they still whooped their ass. I mean, I think we did well, honestly. Even though I picked the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl, I was surprised that they made it to the Super Bowl because I was like, they're going to make it to the Super Bowl not based on Jalen Hurts, but based on the team. But it looks like Jalen carried the team. He carried the team to the Super Bowl. I mean, overall, the defense was sick. I don't think it was all Gannon, but good riddance to him. Bye-bye. Enjoy the desert. The offense was great. I mean, Jalen had the offense moving. Jalen was also part of the reason why Steichen got the job. But Steichen was good. As an OC, I think he was very good with his play calling. I mean, and the work that he did with what's his name? What's the name of the dude with the Chargers? The work that he did with that QB before going to Jalen, I mean, I think he's going to make a good head coach. I mean, I'll see how he
Herbert?
goes.
Yeah,
Yeah, Herbert. What he did with Herbert his first year, I mean, you guys have a good one. I mean, hopefully you pick a good.
Well, and you also
quarterback.
got to think. You see what he did with one Alabama QB. Now he's
Mhm.
probably going to be getting another Alabama QB with a similar skill set and possibly
Yep.
more talented with an arm. Just
Yeah,
got to
if
feed
you
him.
trade up,
Just got to feed him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
If you trade up,
some steaks and protein shakes, and I mean the guy.
There's a possibility we trade up. It's either him or Stroud. It's one of the two that
if
we
not,
end up
D'Amico will pick him up because he's an Alabama. D'Amico's an Alabama guy, so he could pick him up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get to that when we review us. And
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think we had
yeah.
a good season. I mean, I'm looking forward to what our offense is not going to change much, especially with if Brian Johnson gets hired, which he's probably going to get hired. I don't know why it's taking so long. I'm curious to see what happens with the defense with the new defensive coordinator, whoever it is. I haven't pinpointed who I like. I kind of like Vance Joseph, like the way how aggressive his defense is played, but I'm yet to. I'm hearing about this dude from Wisconsin. I mean, I'm curious to see what happens. But if I had to predict who would get it, the DC, I probably don't know. I wish it was Denard Wilson, but I think there's going to be somebody from outside.
Fair enough. Sensei, I think it's you. I think you're up.
Yeah.
You're in the review. What do you think? What's your take on the boys? And what's your brief outlook going into the offseason?
I mean, they did better than I thought.
Hands off control.
Because before the season started, they nerfed the team. They let Amari go. They let all these players go.
Yeah.
And then right off the bat, we looked like crap. And then we lost Dak for 5 games. I'm like, yeah, we're picking first. So for them to win 12 games, I thought that was impressive.
Yeah.
And they won a playoff game too. And then here come the Niners.
Yeah, makes sense.
You're not supposed to go far. Even Rihanna's unborn child saw a Super Bowl.
You're still on one. It's okay.
What's your outlook into the offseason? Briefly.
I mean, the fan base, they were not happy with the offense. They're not happy with Dak. Threw too many interceptions. Kellen Moore didn't get him straight, so they let Kellen go. Well, it's mutual. He was sick and tired of McCarthy telling him to run the ball.
Yeah.
So he
had a job before he was let go.
I know, pretty much.
This guy hired the next day, like, all right, see ya.
Next day,
I don't even think it was.
They announced it the next day. They hired him that day. Yeah, but McCarthy's going to call the plays, so he can't hide anymore. And they're going to tweak the offense to like a West Coast offense. So more movement, more quick passes. And you're going after wide receivers, finally.
Draft or vets?
I think free agency, they're talking about Jerry needs to make a splash. They're sick and tired of the bargain bin.
Is there any wide receiver out there?
I was about to say, who do you have a hunch on getting?
I think he's going after OBJ for sure.
Okay.
Who?
OBJ.
Yeah.
If he's going after him
again.
Damn. Okay.
And then
follow him out trade though.
With the team, big talk is what are they doing with Zeke? What are they doing with Tyron Smith? Is he gonna retire? Tyron is like if they cut him, he's retiring. But we'll see. And then Zeke, they don't want to disrespect him. Like he's been a stand-up guy for the franchise, so they can't offer him veteran minimum. So I think they gotta let him go.
Gotta let him go. Yeah.
If I was them, I'm not gonna tag Tony Pollard, but it looks like they'll tag Tony.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be ready for the season?
That's $10 million. Why we're just getting off a bad running back contract and you're gonna give $10 million to another?
Wait, I thought Dalton Schultz was somebody they would tag.
Nah, they're letting him go. We have 2 tight ends that are really promising. They played really well this season, rookies. I hear Dalton is going to the Chargers. He's going to follow Kellen to the Chargers. But yeah, running back is stacked in this draft. I would take 2 and let Tony and Zeke walk. Don't spend 10 because we have to sign Diggs. We have Lamb coming up. and then Parsons is right after.
Parsons is probably coming to the Eagles. I think he gonna tell Jerry, don't put the franchise tag. I miss home.
Oh, he's from Philly, huh?
Yeah, he loves the Eagles,
Like
man.
Central PA, I think.
He was an Eagles fan when he was young.
He's an Irish back gangster.
Nah, he's a Pittsburgh fan.
Oh, he's still
fan. Yeah.
Nah, I thought he was a cow. He said he was a Cowboys fan. I don't know.
Of course, you say that he got drafted.
Because after he's probably like, yo, this thing.
Hey, do the Cowboys follow that rumor and try to make a trade for Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, well, it depends on what they do with his brother. If it gets into a heated negotiations, I don't think Stephon is coming there. But they pay his brother well. Yeah, who knows?
Ooh, Brian Dawkins and
maybe Trayvon says, hey, if you get my brother here, I'll take a more team-friendly deal kind of shit.
Oh, shoot, I'll take that deal.
Nah, but Josh Allen is not going to let Stephon Diggs leave the building. You crazy.
Josh Allen wants to catch a ball. I mean, not Josh Allen. Stephon Diggs wants to catch a ball.
Wow, Josh Allen they need to get an O-line in front of him in order for him to catch a ball.
They need to get a running back. That's what they need.
A real running
strengthen
back.
that O-line. That O-line Buffalo's O-line is terrible. Brian Dawkins endorses Vance Joseph. Nice.
On to the Pats.
Okay. Let me just say this first. For this year, I didn't demonstrate any faith in my team going all the way. I had the Buffalo Bills going all the way to the Super Bowl, and look how that turned out. But as far as New England goes, this year, our offensive line, that was the star of how fucked up we look.
Yeah.
I mean, with Matt Patricia and Joe Judge as the offensive coordinators, I see you laughing. Yeah, I got something to say for that. I'm like, they shouldn't even be allowed to touch an offensive line. I mean,
Patricia is an offensive genius, dog.
Offensive genius. What universe? And what if universe?
Their offense was offensive.
Yeah, being on an offensive line, it's like having Casey Anthony and what's her face? What's the chick's name? Casey Anthony run a daycare center.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
we finished 8-9, and the way what's it called? Mac Jones, him getting frustrated on the offensive line. I would be frustrated too. I mean, there wasn't quarterback friendly. And Bailey Zappi, say what you want to about him, the 2 games that he won,
that name
responded good to him, but
Zappi.
we need work. We need weapons. The draft, free agency, we need weapons on the offensive line. And with Bill O'Brien there in place, I think we will have the change that we need.
Okay. Are you guys going to go after Hopkins?
We need something.
Oh, yeah. I'm hearing a lot of
was Bill the one who traded him?
Bill O'Brien, yeah.
Oh no,
they're not going after him. They're not going after him.
Nah, but Belichick, apparently Belichick likes him.
He likes him.
O'Brien,
He had him as
Belichick likes D-Hop.
He does, but Bill O'Brien didn't.
D-Hop want to go there though. After his history with O'Brien, he's not going there. Dog.
Belichick, Belichick just gonna come with the dog and say, "Hey, I'm gonna go get Hopkins."
Yeah,
what's O'Brien gonna say?
I'm saying D-Hop is not going to go there. No. Belichick, yes, might want him, but D-Hop is not going to go there because of.
But what if D-Hop is because of the Belichick factor allowed? Because the thing is, because if D-Hop runs into an issue with O'Brien, D-Hop might just go to Belichick and be like, yo, this guy is giving me a hard time, man. What's up? But I mean, I see what you're saying.
We'll see. It's interesting. It's actually an interesting dynamic.
I could even see the Cowboys going after D-Hop though.
I can see that, yeah. But I don't know if Gannon will trade him. It's Bird Gang, you know.
No, he is going to get traded. He is going to get traded. I mean, pretty much everybody's saying he's going to get traded.
He's done. His time there is finished.
Nah,
they got to rebuild. They got to rebuild. I mean, shit, you're paying a little.
They got Hollywood Brown. You got this dude from Carolina. Man, they got enough weapons.
Hollywood Brown is coming up for a contract soon, isn't he?
Yeah, he's due.
Yeah,
I think he's about to be on his 5th-year option.
But he's more of a receiver number 2, if you ask me.
Yeah,
like or a 1B, something like that. So
Kyler's not even back till what, mid-season?
Is it that long? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like it was serious like ACL, PCL, right?
It was two ligaments, and it was also right at the end of the season. I mean,
yeah.
This season is a wash for them.
I thought it was like week 10 or something.
I mean, you putting him out there. I mean, shit, man.
He's a franchise quarterback. They paid him all that money. They're not gonna.
I mean, that's why Gannon was the only one that took that job.
Yeah.
Everybody probably looked at it like, nah.
It's a wash. Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm glad they're picking where they're picking. We know they're not picking a quarterback.
Think of it,
they're probably going to defense.
Besides, do you have anything else to add to the?
Come to think of it, us AFC people in this podcast, we had some of the worst seasons compared to everybody else. The NFC,
I'll get to ours. Trust me. I'm a talk. We'll get there.
The Ravens did all right.
But yeah, so you good with your outlook?
I'm good with the outlook for next season. We got Bill O'Brien as the offensive coordinator. That'll give us a kick in the ass that we needed, and whatever weapons that we get during during the draft, or if anybody comes to us during free agency, because you know during free agency everybody overpays for Super Bowl champions, so maybe somebody will come our way. Maybe.
You said before we continue, I was about to say when he comes back I'm gonna ask him, but yeah, Minos, go ahead, touch on your season.
So I did pick Nick Bosa Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, you're correct. And you
I thought if we had a really good season, we would finish 12-5. 13-4 was pretty damn good, considering we lost like every quarterback known to man. Christian McCaffrey trade. I didn't expect that shit at all, and when it happened, I was thanking my lucky stars.
Yeah,
we ran off 9 straight wins or something. I mean, I was happy for our season. I wish the last game would have been competitive. Because I mean, when you throw 2 passes in the second half and one of them is by McCaffrey, man, you can't.
That's
win
crazy,
that.
man. Yeah,
you can't win that game.
Yeah.
He can do everything on offense.
I mean, we lost 2 starting corners. I mean, Jason Verrett was coming back and he was going to be starting. Bam, tears his Achilles in his first practice.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Mosley in the game against the Panthers tears his ACL. So now we got, a second-year unproven guy opposite Charvarius Ward. Tayshaun Gibson balled out for us in the secondary, moving Jimmy Ward to nickel corner / linebacker.
Gibson is a safety, right?
Yep. 10-year.
I remember he also used to play for the Jaguars.
Yeah. I've been telling everybody since we drafted him, I love Hufanga. And I mean, all pro.
Yeah.
He does have to clean up some things. Of
coverage,
trying to do too much.
Yeah.
When it's not there.
Yeah.
But overall, man, I mean, it was a great year. It was fun to watch.
Facts.
I mean, the first 6 weeks of the season, y'all could sense my frustration where lost to the Bears, Broncos, and Falcons. But the last 2 teams we lost to this year, the Chiefs and the Eagles. So, there's something to be said about that. I mean, who would have thought that when you lose just like every quarterback, that Mr. Irrelevant is going to become like the second coming of Tom Brady kind of shit.
Yeah.
We need a pass rusher next year opposite of Nick Bosa, because since Nick Bosa broke into the league, this was our worst sack rate of the year of the season, and he had 18.5.
Crazy, dog.
Second leading
with the double teams.
Yes, second on the team in sacks was Drake Jackson, and he recorded 1 after week 7.
Crazy.
So think about that.
Yeah.
We're gonna probably lose Azeez Al-Shire in free agency. And we need to get another pass rusher and another big dude in the middle, because Javon Kinlaw is not reliable for shit. His knee, he got Greg Oden knees.
Yeah. That makes sense as to why you didn't extend him. So
and the one question that I have is, are we going to extend Ayuk this offseason? Or there's people kind of mumbling Well, do they trade Ayuk like they did DeForest Buckner and secure other things and take a younger receiver in the draft? And I hope we don't, man. Ayuk has been balling. I mean, 1,000
he had a good
yards,
year.
1,000 yards last year.
He had a
And
good
if you
year.
look at a lot of our big running plays, he was down the field.
Blocking like shit. Yeah.
How much are you gonna pay him though?
I mean, if I would I would pay him now because you have rookie.
Yep.
You have a rookie quarterback. You have
I would
both
pay him
quarterbacks on rookie deals. I will pay him now because the salary cap is going to keep going up.
You're gonna give him 20 mil?
Nah.
No, I don't think he doesn't get Debo money. He doesn't get Debo money.
17, 14.
But the
wide receiver market got reset to like 30.
Because of Christian Kirk. Because of Christian Kirk and Tyreek Hill. Christian Kirk.
Adams.
Well, next year Debo's cap hit is only like $8 million.
Yeah, but since Tyreek Hill and Adams are getting like almost 30, he's not going to take like 15.
I don't even think he's comparable to them.
It's but he's not going to take 15. That's what I'm saying.
No, Christian Kirk deal is what's really strong because he can compare his production to Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk got 18.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. So
Ayuk is probably going to get like maybe I would say about 15, 16.
No way.
17, 18.
At the end of the day, like everybody says, salary cap's a myth. We have a lot of guys that we could restructure their shit and free up a lot of space.
You guys are not paying a quarterback, so there's a time anyways.
That's what I'm saying.
We still have 3 years on rookie quarterback deals, minimum.
Yeah.
I mean, if let's say we want to rock with Purdy, shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, and Trey Lance, you don't have to pick up his 5th-year option if he gets hurt again.
Yeah,
but then you can be stuck like Daniel Jones, where you're asking for $45 million.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, but if you pick it up and he keeps getting hurt, then you could have used that money elsewhere.
It's because he's young, man. His bones haven't fully matured.
22.
Yeah, that's probably where he played. He played at North Dakota State. I mean, just like Carson. He didn't face major competition.
Josh Allen was at Wyoming, and that motherfucker hasn't gotten hurt.
Nah, I mean, this dude has been hurt. Hasn't he been hurt a few times?
He has.
He's built.
But he's been throwing a lot of interceptions.
Josh Allen, man.
Yeah, but hey, at the end of the day, every year is different, man. I thought the NFC West was going to be hard as shit, but it was a cakewalk for us.
Even the AFC West, I thought it was going to be crazy.
We lost 2 games to the AFC West.
No, but still, I mean, yeah, Oakland was not Oakland. Vegas was terrible. Broncos were terrible.
Let's ride.
Chargers gave up some games. I guess Russell Wilson's about to lose his office because Sean Payton said, boy, get your ass out of that office and send your personal trainer home.
I know, right?
Yeah. On to us, I guess, right? Man.
On to you.
I think, in my opinion, I think this is
Stike gang.
Yeah, Stike gang, dog. But I think this season is probably the worst season I have witnessed since Jim Irsay has been the owner of the Colts. Like, I mean, they've had worse seasons when his dad was the owner, but when he took over, we've had some bad seasons when he's taken over, mostly good, but a lot of the bad seasons have been predicated to like an injury to a quarterback, obviously. So, which the team was primarily built to, around. Whereas this year, the biggest injury that we had was Shaq Leonard, which was big. But like all the key pieces, well, also Jonathan Taylor was hurt too for most of the year. But that's no excuse. I think this season has been historically horrendous when it comes to offense. I think we have like historically, like NFL wide, one of the worst offensive seasons ever. And I mean, coming in, it looked like, okay, with piggybacking on Jonathan Taylor's previous season and then the way the O-line played last season, we just needed a competent quarterback. And it looked like Matt Ryan would fit the description without having to do too much, right? But the offensive line, we didn't re-sign some key O-linemen from the previous year that were, especially in the guard position. And we started a rookie left tackle in addition to that. I also believe Quentin Nelson was not 100% this year. I don't think he was healthy, even though he played the whole season. I don't think he was very healthy, which is why he also skipped the Pro Bowl. But I guess this year was a humbling, an eye-opener for Ballard as far as thinking, okay, because we have Quentin Nelson and Ryan Clark, we have solid, and then obviously our right tackle was also pretty good. We had a foundation to just replace the guard position, and then the rookie tackle, we were able to piggyback off what's his face. But I know we did beat the Chiefs. Funny enough, but it was pretty abysmal performance from the O-line, and it forced Matt Ryan to try to do too much. And Matt Ryan his arm is done, and he actually surprised me in his decision making. He has some serious issues reading
coverages.
Was that? Yeah. Like, seriously, when you watch some of our games, you're like, you think a veteran like him would know better. But
where did he come from?
Exactly. But I mean, a lot of it was exposed. Given that for the most part, he just didn't play well. Ended up
he needed some prescription glasses.
Was that?
Maybe he needed some prescription glasses.
Right. But he's probably gonna end up being cut. The bright side is the defense was actually really good. It kept us in games despite the abysmal performance from the offense, which is why the team is sticking with the coordinator and the defensive scheme. I still think they could be a little more aggressive than how he plays, which is what's his face? Damn, forget his name already. Former head coach of the Jaguars. And then he was the defensive coordinator of the
Seahawks.
Yes, yeah, he was the one that started the Legion of Boom thing, and then Quinn
Gus
took over.
Bradley.
Yes, Gus Bradley. There you go. So we're keeping him based on how well the defense played. Obviously, we hired Steichen, and he just recently hired his offensive coordinator, Jim Bob Cooter. I know, who was the passing coordinator. Well, not the offensive coordinator, but the passing coordinator for the Jaguars last year. So they had a fairly decent pass offense, especially later on as the season progressed. And he has ties with Indianapolis. He used to be an assistant coach of Jim Caldwell when he was here in Indianapolis. So they all kind of are coming back home. Steichen, I think part of the reason why they hired him is he's from that Frank Reich tree, and he's also that offensive. He's very also offensively creative. But I think the difference between him and Frank Reich is, I think Frank Reich is just a really nice guy, and he doesn't hold people accountable. Whereas I think Steichen is more like detail oriented, and he'd fight into you if you F up, So I think that sold him in the interviews. And he used to be the quarterback of Austin Collie. Remember Austin Collie from the Colts when he was with Manning?
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Always injured. Was a concussion?
Yeah, the concussion guy. Yeah, he got so many concussions. But like, he's very detail oriented, apparently, according to Austin Collie. He's like, part of the reason why he was able to make it to the league was because of how detail oriented Steichen was as a quarterback. And it just it was like a continuation when he went to see Peyton Manning. So that speaks well coming in to the new season. I'm still like like waiting and seeing. Like I'm on the wait and see type of thing. Like it's just so much uncertainty, right? So
how's your cap situation looking?
It's a little tough because I mean we're gonna cut the quarterbacks, Foles and Matt Ryan. But even though it's gonna save us some money, it's still gonna be a pretty big cap hit because Matt Ryan's contract was pretty hefty. So I think he's probably gonna.
But was he still owed money?
Yeah, he signed like 3 years or 2
We
years?
restructured his contract, so 3 years. 2 years with an option for third.
Mm-hmm.
But he's getting like good money. So I think if he were to stay with us, he's getting like 30 mil.
Yeah, he's got a dead cap of 18 million.
There you go. That's quite high. I mean, but it's still better than 30 mil. If he had stayed with us, it would have been like 34. So, which is cool. I think as bad as we are, I think our roster is not as bad as our performance this year. So I think if with the right coaching and a few additional pieces here and there, especially fixing the guard position, I'm not sold. The left guard, the right guard, because Quentin Nelson is the left guard. I'm not sold on Clark. He's a little old. Ryan, the center. He's starting to deteriorate. Even though prior to this season he was one of the best centers in the league, and he played really badly this year. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And he's paid. I think he's the highest paid center in the league or up there. So it's gonna be curious. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with him. Are they gonna try to trade him, restructure? I don't know. But I don't think the offensive line is as bad. And then another thing is the rookie left tackle. He was thrown into the fire early. He struggled, but the second half of the season, he actually played pretty damn well. As bad as they played, he wasn't one of the weaknesses as like in the second half of the season. So I'm curious to see how that works. The wide receiver, I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with the wide receiver because what's his face had a good year. I think they're gonna re-sign him to like a 1 or 2 year deal. Paris Campbell, he actually played pretty well, but obviously Matt Ryan didn't play well, so it didn't pan out. The rookie tight end looked very promising. Jelani Woods, he looked pretty good. And under this system, he should thrive. The other rookie wide receiver had spurts. We just didn't have the arm and the time to throw it deep. He's a deep threat. So like he showed flashes of the mossing style of catching the ball down the field. But Matt Ryan's arm is no longer what it used to be. So he can't really throw it. It's dead. He can't throw it after beyond 30 yards. And he didn't have the time to do it, even if he could. So I'm curious to see. I still think we need to sign at least one veteran because they're still very young. Our offensive, our wide receiver core is pretty young. So I won't be surprised if they add a vet to the current stable. And it's going to be a prove-it year for Michael Pittman. I think this is his last season before he's a free agent. So this is the contract year. So he has to prove that he's a number one. Otherwise, he's going to hit free agency the following year. He's shown potential, but he's never quite been a consistent number one. In my opinion, I think he's a 1B or 2.
Do you bring back T.Y. Hilton as your veteran?
Maybe. It all depends on
Cowboys want to keep him.
He's good. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think Paris Campbell comes back because he showed some really good flashes, even with the inconsistent offense. He was probably our most consistent receiver, which is crazy. And it was his first season playing all year. So who's that? Oh,
this was Brock Purdy carrying Dak Prescott.
Funny guy. So we'll see. It looks like we're about to lose our special teams coordinator, who's been one of the best in the league. We've had very good special teams since he's been our coordinator. It looks like he's going to Cleveland. So we'll see how we replace him or what we do.
Are you guys going to be big players in the free agency?
I don't know if we have the cap for that, dog. So for once, we don't have that much cap space.
You got to restructure Buckner.
Yeah, we'll probably try and restructure. And another big thing going into
Just cut him. Cut him.
Another big thing is
I'll
Shaq
take him
Leonard.
back.
Shaq Leonard he played like 2 games this year. He was hurt the whole year. So how serious is that injury? Is he going to come back? He just got paid big money. So is he going to come back? The Shaq Leonard that we know
is it
coming into the season? It was like arm and leg, the best linebacker in the league. Like statistically, he was killer in just about every category. But he had a major injury and kept struggling, rehabbing to come back. So there's a big question mark looming over his head.
I'll take him
back.
Yo, back surgery is no joke.
Right.
Yeah.
And his style of play is predicated on speed.
Back. You don't want to play with that, no.
Yeah, it's predicated on speed than anything. So and athleticism. So we'll see.
Especially after you've gotten paid. Why take that risk?
Literally the year after. So he has a whole lot of a contract left. So that's another big question.
Best linebacker in the league.
We'll see. If they're fully healthy, not even close. Well, it's close, but not close.
All pro Fred.
Yeah.
Fred.
Was he the one who hurt Tony Pollard? Huh? Was he?
No.
Fred is good, but like Shaq Leonard has just as much, or if not about the same amount of tackles, and then the turnovers are not even close. The fumble forces and the interceptions, sacks. I mean, his stats speak for itself. His stats speak, and his defense is arguably not as good as yours. So, and he still puts up those numbers, knowing you have to scheme for him. So, but it all depends. Can he come back to that form? So,
I mean, isn't it like 2 surgeries on his back now?
Yeah. Within the same season, right? So one of them was a proper surgery, and the other one was like cleaning up. Yeah, so we will see.
I mean, dog, you saw how Tiger Woods struggles to play golf.
Right. But Tiger Woods is also a lot older. Shaq is still in his 20s. So,
but for a linebacker though,
that's the concern, right? So, we'll see. We'll see and the thing about the Colts is, they're very secretive about their injuries. So we'll just have to see how it is when it shows up. But
till they retire.
Right. I'm not optimistic. I'm not pessimistic this year. I'm just like, let me just wait and see. Like,
Irsay throws some perks in the Gatorade and they don't even feel a thing.
Right. So, So I'll check and see as the season and off season goes, see how it goes. Obviously, it looks like we're in position to get a new quarterback. Will it be CJ Stroud? Will it be Bryce? So we'll see.
Jimmy.
Well, I know it's Stroud because Jerry wants Stroud, so Irsay is going to draft him.
Stroud is a safer bet, whereas Bryce has the higher ceiling, but there are like a lot of question marks with his size and.
Until an Ohio State QB makes the playoffs and does well in like 2 seasons back to back, I don't trust him.
Yeah, I feel you.
I know, right?
I feel you. So, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man.
Your division is looks like it's in transition, so it's not too bad.
Yeah,
well, Jaguars are on the transition up.
No, Jaguars are good.
Jaguars are good.
Jaguars are good. It looks like Texans.
Texans are like, they're like more rebuild.
Texans got 2.
Titans are in limbo. What's that?
Yeah. Texans got 2 to 3 years before.
Yeah, they're on real. They're like 100% rebuild. Whereas the Titans are in limbo. So
but they need a quarterback. Man.
But you never know, man. I mean, D'Amico might put together a defense and go with that mindset of you can't lose. I mean, they can't win if they don't score.
Right.
Hang around.
And that defense wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was decent. Yeah, it was decent.
And with his schemes,
Eagles struggled versus the Texans.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
Says who?
And the Colts.
Did you check the score?
Yeah, we struggled too, but I mean, it's
We
division.
really beat the Colts.
Yeah. So, and I think they beat us the second game. So we split. No, we didn't split. We drew and
even the Cowboys struggled against the Texans.
Yeah. So
he got some pieces to play with.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's much better. You did struggle against.
As far as my predictions, I don't think any of my predictions came true. Yeah. So,
who did you have as an MVP?
Allen, I think.
I think a lot of people had Allen.
Yeah, I think I did too.
And I
think Rex had Mahomes.
I had Myles Garrett. Rex had Mahomes.
I had Allen.
Yeah, Allen. I think Myles Garrett / Aaron Donald was what I had for defensive player of the year. I had Olave as the offensive rookie of the year, and I had our safety as our defensive rookie of the year. But
I think Kweku had Sauce as the defensive rookie of the year, right?
Yeah,
he did.
Have Sauce.
He did.
Yeah. Sauce.
He did. And Kweku obviously had his pick correct with the Super Bowl, them going. So, but yeah. It should be interesting. Free agency should hit in like a month, so we'll see how that goes.
A few weeks.
But yeah, any last things to add in before we wrap this one up?
I really enjoyed seeing Kyle Shanahan, Debo, Juice Check, Kittle, all of them partying together in Cabo. For real. They all went down there for like Debo's girl's birthday and shit like that.
Oh, nice.
Half the damn team. Trent Williams was down there.
Oh, wow.
Anna and shit.
Man, yeah, Cabo's lit, man. Eagles just joined, so
yeah,
we can all just break the huddle. Cabo on 3.
Yeah. But yeah, cool. Hope those that tuned in and streamed, hope you enjoyed our first season. We'll be back with a better, stronger, greater product in the 2023-2024 season.
Slight remodel.
Yeah, slight remodel. Better aesthetics.
Upgrade. Put some rims on this shit.
Yeah, man. There were some D's on it. Yeah.
Spinners.
Some spinners, man. So, but glad to have you guys and those that watch in retrospect. Thank you too.
Thank you, Penguin Guy.
I know, right? Shout out to Penguin Guy.
Shout out to Penguin Guy. Came one day. One more live. But yeah. All right, y'all. Like that, we out of here.
The only one who's off?